Ivan Poon from La Trobe University, and I could give a very academic intro, I suppose, but I think something that is not in his talk, because I've seen his slides, is that 2 weeks ago, Ivan was actually in a Chinese singing competition. He made it to the 3rd round of this massive competition. So please, someone ask him a question at the end and ask him to sing. Please welcome Ivan. Woo!
Thank you, Ebony. Thank you, everyone. I think I'm definitely going through a midlife crisis right now because, as you heard, 2 weeks ago, somehow I went to Sydney for a Chinese singing competition, and now I'm talking nerd night, not on my science, but on Lego, right? So anyhow, thank you for the invitation for me to talk about my obsession with Lego, and in particular the danger that I should face as a collector of Lego. In case you're wondering, I'm not a kid, right? I'm not an Asian kid that's 6'1" with a deep voice, right? But in my heart, many people know in my lab, I'm just like a 5-year-old. I have a lot of hobbies, and I'm going to explain some of my hobbies to you guys. So first of all, with my wife, I'm an aspiring artist. I like to design things related to sales. So we have art prints or pins and so forth over there. You've seen that already. So that's one of my side hobbies. But one of my main hobbies, the reason I actually design cells is actually because I'm a biochemist and a cell biologist by training. And so my day job, or my main job, is actually pretty cool. I actually kill cells for a living. So basically, let's see whether this will work. So what my lab is interested in is how cells, when they die, how they actually undergo fragmentation. So you see immune cells known as a monocyte. What you can see here is that when they die, they actually form a lot of shape changes. Eventually form all these protrusions, and they're undergoing all this fragmentation process. And my lab is interested in what's the molecular regulator of this process, what proteins involved, what's the function of this process. Maybe a talk for another day. But I guess I was very lucky that my main hobby is actually funded by NHMRC or ARC. Little did they know those government funding bodies that most of my salary actually goes into the hands of the Lego and Lego resellers. So I think it's very important to have a disclaimer. First of all, I don't work for Lego. They don't pay me to do anything, okay? I'm not a Lego reseller, nor I'm a Lego master builder. I follow instructions, But nevertheless, I'm very passionate about Lego. So as you can see from my actual professional photo from LIMS, I clearly display my alliances with Lego. And my retro plate is actually Lego 32. So if there's a bastard out there who got Lego, that's why I don't have it. But I settled for Lego 32, and the reason why is Lego company actually started in 1932, so it actually does have a meaning to it. So I do think. I may not have the largest collection of Lego in Melbourne, but I'm pretty sure that I'm the one that's crazy enough to fill the entire office with Lego, and that wasn't enough. Even outside my office have Lego. And I have actually attempted to go to other people's office to put Lego in there. But that didn't work, unfortunately. But what's the problem here is that this is only 30% of my collection. So I have a problem. And that's my therapy going through tonight here. Where's the next slide? I need to go back. Oh, spoilers. Okay, sure. Typical presentation problem. Anyhow, so I guess hold on, next one. Is it coming up? I have to do the traditional press the thing. All right. So I guess, the talk tonight is, why is it actually dangerous to collect Lego? So a number of things that I will go through tonight include, why adults actually collect Lego to begin with, how Lego actually takes our money away, and also the concept of Lego investing as well. So first of all, I think this thing is dead, or I'm just not pointing at the right thing. I'll just do this. Anyhow, so first thing about Lego collecting. According to AI, collecting is the practice of acquiring, organizing, and storing items that individuals find interesting or valuable, right? It's a lot of fun collecting because basically, It gives you a sense of control of things that you can have. It's a nostalgic, things you like when you were a kid. Reduce stress, legacy. I'm not too sure whether my kids actually want all this Lego until they work out how much they actually worth. It gives you a social connection because the people are the people that like Lego, and also gives you a self-identity, which I identify myself as a Lego enthusiast. So tonight I'll talk a lot about Lego, but I'll actually compare that with, for example, other collectibles. So here to show you, in addition to Lego, I'm a Pokémon card collector as well. So basically, I collect shit like cardboard and plastic at home, and wasting all my money on that. I'm sure my wife loves that. But anyhow, so I guess to address the elephant in the room, why we actually love Lego. I mean, Lego started as a toy company and started to make those. Oh God, I don't have the hands for this. Bricks, in the 1950s. But this is a very insightful conversation in the Lego movie. The dad will actually say, all of this I see before you are your father's. You know the rules. This is not a toy. Damn it. The kid will say, it kind of is. And the man upstairs, well, the dad will say, no, actually, it's a highly sophisticated interlocking brick system. But we bought this from the toy store. But it's been very clear for the last few years that, yeah, cool, thanks. It's pretty clear that Lego is really targeting an adult audience, right? Look at this, I don't have enough hands to show you, but I've got this right here, this amazing new Lego Mario Kart.
Oh,
no, that's not breaking, it's fine, it's fine. We can put it together as Lego. But the problem here is, it's 18 plus. This is not a weapon. This is not a sex toy. It's not like I'm buying 18 plus toys on a weekly basis, And they don't even ship them discreetly. But I guess one of the major reasons why actually Lego is so popular is one of the reasons it's actually become very nostalgic. People usually have Lego when they're a kid, or you play with the other crappy Mega Blocks, right? But there's an interesting calculation. There's approximately 1880 Lego bricks per person on Earth. So can I just show of hands? Anyone don't have Lego at home? Don't worry, I have got your share. Okay, so there are actually a lot of benefit of playing with Lego. And the only thing I want you to remember tonight is this. What is the similarities, other than the looks, between me and David Beckham? Can anyone guess? That's right. We both love Lego. It's a therapeutic things that we do according to, according to Porsche. It's like a mindfulness exercise that we like to do. So I'm not in the field of psychology, but anyhow, there is actually a lot of benefit of playing with Legos. So every time you click the Lego together, it gives you some of a dopamine release. It reduces stress. And for the lucky people at the front, I would just like to give you some Lego, and I will ask you to please click them together to see whether. Oh, sorry, I've got one more. Oh, do you feel better? Do you feel the dopamine release every time you click them together? Yeah? Yeah. If it doesn't work, just keep on doing this for the next 3 hours. You will feel much better. All right. But there are actually a lot of Lego-based studies in terms of Lego is used as a therapeutic medium basically. For certain population it reduces their anxiety. In particular for a certain group of kids, they actually have improved their verbal and non-verbal social communication skill as well. And then Lego actually have this component where it's called Lego Serious Play, where actually people actually use this for team building, innovation, and even teaches entrepreneurship as well. But the best thing about Lego, I think, is the community, right? So this is just a few photos of myself and my 11-year-old Isabel at the Lego Brick Convention early this year to see all the amazing builds that all the Lego master builder out there will actually build. This is one of my dreams that I will actually aim for in the next few years. But for those that are master builders, they actually have the opportunity to make their own set. So there's this program called Lego Ideas, where you can actually submit your Lego ideas, and then they will evaluate by the Lego company to then eventually make the set of Lego. Similarly, this is another program called Lego Bricklink System, a Lego designer program, whereby they will again submit ideas through crowdfunding. You can also buy sets, right? That made by other Lego builders. I mean, this is actually very exclusive here. They only make about 30,000 of this. So basically, I have to get at 3 a.m. in the morning. I book it on my calendar. I get up in 3 a.m. and actually buy this Lego set. You know about the system. It takes 9 months for them to come in later on. So I guess another question is, what do people actually collect, right? So these are what we call Lego minifigures, first introduced in 1979. The other one is a little bit earlier. And people love collecting them, including myself. So this is actually my Lego minifigure collection. Some of them come from these blind bags. And the reason I like about them is that you have to go through this process of picking each of them through the process of elimination to work out which Lego, which characters they are. I actually have got every single one of them except one. But Lego is also a fantastic gift for people. So last year, for my lab anniversary, after 10 years of starting my own lab, my lab actually gave me a fantastic gift here, whereby featuring all the PhD student and postdoc that was in my lab as well. So that was a really nice touch. And as a true nerd, I love trains. I love monorail. If there's any city that's monorail, I'll definitely go there. But the problem here is that this is in the master bedroom. My wife has asked me quite a few times to say, can we please get the Lego out of the room? And then question me, what's more important, Lego or family? But then I argue, clearly our marriage and our kids are at the top. Whereas the Lego are less important. So I think I'm justified to have Lego in my bedroom. So there are a lot of other Lego collections. These are not mine, but there's a thing called army building. So people obviously love to build their Star Wars, love to build their medieval castle kind of thing. People love to build cities. I actually have enough Lego to do this, but I just don't have the space for it. People love Star Wars, so this is the Ultimate Collector series of what some people have. And there are also seal collectors where people just don't open them, they just collect them. What's the point? It's a toy. And then also there's a vintage collection. This is what I'm really into these days. And this is an interesting one. So because of people love Lego space so much, you would want to collect all of the different colors, right? But the annoying thing about what Lego did was, rather than you have to buy one of this from a set, one of this from a set, they released like a torso in one set. Next year they released the helmet, and the next year they released the jetpack. They're purposely doing this to toy with all the collectors out there to try to build the whole army of different colors Lego. And obviously Lego is a toy. So eventually, the whole point is to build the toy, you have to go through this what we call building experience, right? So what they did, nowadays is they number the bags. So the whole point is going through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to have this experience of building with the Lego. So that's what I call the normal mode. And that's the hard mode, where someone's crazy enough to pour all 7,000 Lego pieces to build the Rivendell. This is what I call the OCD mode. So, it's self-explanatory. And this is a quite interesting one. This is called the built-in bags. So sometimes Lego, for the one entire set, comes in one single bag. So rather than opening to build it, you build it while they were still in the bag. It's actually quite fun. I recommend you guys trying this. And this other extreme mode, recently in Brickvention, I saw someone, David, built in bottles. This is what I'm trying. This is what we'll do next. And there's also the master builder mode. So basically, there's some really, really good Lego builders out there. They will basically, change, for example, a particular castle set. And then if you buy 3 of this set, you can build a bigger castle. And they will upload those kind of instruction online to do that. So I think this is on a different level there. And then there's an interesting one right now, that you buy any set you want, but your aim is not to build that, it's to build a Millennium Falcon. This is a lot of fun. So, okay, now I need to go back to the ecosystem of Lego to explain my next part. So obviously, when you want to, have a set, they have to make decisions, someone have to design it, they have to go through the production process, obviously they have to sell it. But what's interesting is that most Lego sets have to retire at some stage. You just can't keep on making it, right? Because otherwise, it will stuff up all the production, they can't have new sets. So therefore, there's a lot of opportunity for people to sell and resell Lego, such as, you can buy the set, wait for a while, sell them, or sometimes you can also part it as well. So therefore, there's some really valuable pieces that you can also resell. So then it goes to Lego investing. So as I showed you before, I've got this amazing Lego War-E Lego set here that was released about 10 years ago. And it's a really, really sought after set for obvious reason with the movie. But the point is that because after retire, depending on the supply and demand, there's an opportunity for it to actually grow in price. I mean, there's a whole website on Lego investing. It's pretty crazy. But there's a problem with Lego investing here is that it's the storage of the material. So for example, if I have a Pokemon card, say for example, if I have a PSA 10, Umbreon, or Garatina V, or maybe some Poncho cards. Anyone know any of this? There you go. See? You just have to put in a case. They're 2 to 3 grand each. You just have to put in a case and safely put in a drawer, right? But to own about 2 to 3 grand of Lego, you have to. The space is a big problem, and the shipping is a problem as well. But nevertheless, this is my most important argument to my family, that when I buy Lego, they increase in value. So therefore, this is practically my retirement plan here.
How much Lego do you actually sell, though?
That's the problem. I haven't sold any. And that's the exact question that my wife asks me all the time. Just sell your stuff. But guess what? Even if you actually open and play with it, it actually still costs quite a lot of money as well. So again, anyone likes Pokemon here? Okay, are you familiar with this?
Yes.
Can we sing this together? 1, 2, 3. Should I open it or should I keep it sealed? So the question here is, when you open a Pokemon card, is it something good inside? So therefore, this whole thing about Pokemon, should we open it or should we keep it sealed? But really, I mean, in Pokemon, you don't know what's inside, in the card unless you weight them. But in this case, you know exactly what's inside. So therefore, why keep it sealed, right? It's a toy. You should play with it, right? So the strategy to do this is to buy more than one set. So one to open, and the other to keep. And another idea that my family doesn't like. But there's also bad stuff Lego nowadays because it's so desirable. In recent years, there are people actually stealing Lego. So this is what happened in the US. Some group of people, whatever, they have like 4,000 Lego set worth $200,000. So it's a big problem, in particular in the US. Well, there's a lot of problem in the US, but. But there's also this interesting thing regarding stealing Lego. So you can buy stuff from like Walmart or Target, get the pieces that you want, put pasta back in to make up for the weight and the sand, and steal them back and say, I don't want this anymore. So that was recent, yeah. So it's pretty funny and sad at the same time. Because, as I mentioned before, the minifigures are really valuable, and some pieces for some builders are. So therefore, every piece actually has a value to it. Exactly, yeah. So are Legos actually that desirable? Actually, unfortunately not. During the 90s, Lego actually suffered quite a lot of losses because the rise of video games and bad investment to theme park and stuff, right? But the principle of Lego is to do with Lego with limited colors back then to build what's in your imagination. And then when we moved to the 80s, it has some really, really nice original theme. Most of you probably don't know this because you're under 30, but these are called the classic, city, space, pirates, and castle. And I've got all of them. I'm trying to collect everything in the 80s, basically. But unfortunately, they just can't compete with video games, like Mario Kart, Space, NBA Jam, or Mortal Kombat, right? But Lego did something really clever. So they decide to start to license some of the licensing for certain movies. So for obvious reason, there was a huge following of Star Wars, this huge following of Harry Potter. So by licensing, so they were able to really make a huge comeback. Unfortunately, the comeback was so good that they actually license everything nowadays. From Mario to Fortnite to One Piece to Jurassic Park and even Bluey. And my God, next year, 30th anniversary of Pokemon cards, they're gonna have Pokémon Lego. I mean, my bank is gonna hurt so much. Luckily, the interest rate came down, so I have a little bit more room. But they really expand to really different genres as well. So the Lego botanicals are fantastic. They're breaking into people that like flowers or as a gift or artwork. And the architectural series is going to the point where it's not really look like a Lego toy anymore. It's like a really advanced model set as well. But there's this seasonal collection. So this is very annoying. So basically, it's like, just before Christmas, they decide to release this Lego, Winter Village set. And they release one every year. So it's kind of enticing you every year to buy one, to see your family, to give them away. That's very smart, right? And I have been doing that for the last 15 years. What's even more annoying, they target the Chinese. I mean, they break into the Chinese market, right? Understandable. But the problem here is that, as you guys know, there's 12 Chinese zodiac. Each year is represented by a different animal. And people love minifigures, right? So what they did was, they get one minifigure dressed up as that particular zodiac. So if you want to collect the whole 12 zodiac, you have to buy one every year to collect that. So it's very annoying, but well played. Going back to the danger, I think I've alluded to this, right? If they released about 900 sets back in 2024, how could we have all the money to buy this? The space is a big issue. So because of those two critical matters, it will make your partner very, very unhappy. And as a Lego collector, we have a number of strategies. So for example, my best friend there, Sam, what we do is we buy Lego for each other. So I'm just buying this for Sam. And Sam would just go, I'm just buying this for Ivan. So therefore, it doesn't look like we're buying this for ourselves. And the other critical thing as a Lego collector is that when the Lego arrive at home, you have to make sure it redistribute in your home. It doesn't look like it actually arrived at all. And it makes sense, because when you got about 300 to 400 Lego sets, another box, another build, you won't notice it easily, right? So I like to play this game with my family. Can you spot the new Lego set? Sometimes Jenny will just go, is that new? I said, nah, I've been here for 4 years. Unfortunately, with the COVID and working from home, some days I'm at work in my office, having a meeting, and my wife was working from home, and I get this message. This has arrived through the front door. I quickly say, it wasn't me. And she quickly say, I'll open them. As I told you before, I want to keep it still. So that's a big problem, my stuff up there. But Lego is very understanding and very accommodating. So what they did was, say for example, they will actually make set at different price point, at different size. And I promise you, I don't have all of them, okay? I don't have this little one here right now. Oh, this is my next favorite thing. All right, I love buying secondhand Lego. And the reason why, actually, first of all, this is my Lego washing station at home in the bathtub. I actually don't allow my kids to have bath because, first of all, it wastes water. Second of all, it's my Lego washing station, so you're not allowed to have bath, right? And the reason why I do this is because I started to collect vintage Lego, and obviously I can't afford Lego that is new from the 80s, right? I mean, that's why you keep it still, But what I have to do, you have to buy secondhand Lego. They usually sit in the attic for the last 25 years. So I have to wash them. And believe it or not, the most therapeutic thing is using a toothbrush there. One by one, I'll wash it. After a whole day of work, this is actually extremely therapeutic. And I actually start doing this with new Lego set. And the reason why is, this is another logic, right? So, okay, a Lego set is say $400. And then if I can get from eBay for secondhand for $150, and I just have to wash and clean them. So that gives me the justification to buy 2 more sets. Oh, Oh, okay. What about alternative brand? This is the naughty stuff. All right. No. Oh, let me tell you. So it's actually totally legal to have Lego compatible bricks, right? What's not good, copyright issue, is to copy a particular set. And I've got a confession to make. I've cheated on Lego. I've bought this set, in particular that one. Again, they don't pay me, okay? It was so good. It was just amazing, okay? So I hope they pay me after the YouTube video so I can start reviewing them. But there are alternatives that are like a quarter of the price or half the price. But I felt very bad, so after I built one, I just stopped doing it. But because there's but I'll probably go back to it. The other key critical issue is space. So obviously, I really admire those people that buy a Lego set, build the Lego set, and then sell the Lego set or pack them away. But for me, I can't really do that. So we really need more space. So basically, when I get kicked out of the house eventually, for obvious reason, this will be my dream home that I saw recently. So, well, this is the end of it. So basically, hopefully, collecting or enjoying the hobby is fantastic, but make sure collect within your means, whether it's space or money. I learned that really quick from Pokémon card. Some cards you just should never buy, and then just enjoy the Lego. Don't be obsessed like me. And well, thank you very much.
Alrighty, we have time for maybe 3 questions, I'm gonna say. Geez, okay. This person at the front.
What was the earliest Lego set?
The earliest set that I remember getting. So basically, it's a Lego Space small set, right? That I got when I was, when I was 5, kind of thing. So, and because I got back into vintage Lego, I purposely have that set framed up. Because my one is totally destroyed. I don't know where they are, but that's the earliest Lego set that I remember.
Alrighty. Okay, I'm trying to not. Okay. Here in the black.
Yes, Mark. Yep. Mr. Gold. So to explain why that is so hard to get is in the 10-year anniversary of the minifigure that in packet, right? In the wisdom of Lego, they decided why don't we gold-plated some Lego? We make 5,000 of them and randomly put in boxes. And that has gone up to about $12,000 now, just that Lego. So for obvious reason, I would not buy that. I promise you I would not buy that.
Does he sound sincere? All right. At the front here.
Okay. Oh dear. Oh jeez. Should I sing the song that I oh God. Wise men say only fool rush in, but I can't help. That's enough.
All right. One last burning question. Over here. Your favorite Lego set that you've collected?
I must say it's a series of them. So basically, what really got me back into Lego is the Lego modular. So what they did is, they built, cities basically. They, about $200-300. They're all different Lego architectural buildings that can be connected. So they get you hooked. Once you buy one, you have to collect every one of them. So, and yes, and you hook and after 15 years, you're still collecting all of them.
I have a question. Is there like a AA group for Lego collectors?
I haven't got there yet. So if anyone's in Lego, we call them mugs, Melbourne interest group, I would love to join you guys at one stage because I would love to be at Brickvention at one stage as well. So I think that's the community that we talk to each other about, how we are obsessed about Lego.
All right, put your hands together for Ivan.